You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? The Joker has taken many forms across comics, movies, TV shows, and video games, each one more chaotic than the last. From the clown prince of crime in the Golden Age to Heath Ledger's anarchist and beyond, every version of the Joker has left a unique mark on pop culture. Today, we're diving into every version of the Joker to ever exist, exploring his twisted origins, insane transformations, and the madness behind the smile. Buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride. We are starting with the Joker of Earth. One represents the Silver and Bronze Age iterations of the character in DC Comics. This version is known for his elaborate schemes and a blend of homicidal tendencies with dark humor. Notably, in Batman issue 251, the Joker returns to his roots as a deadly adversary, showcasing a more sinister persona that would influence future portrayals. His crimes often involve intricate plots and thematic elements, cementing him as Batman's arch-nemesis during this era. Next on Earth 2, the Joker is the Golden Age counterpart, originating from the 1940s. This version starts as a straightforward homicidal maniac, but evolves into a more prankish villain over time. His early appearances depict him as a remorseless killer, but subsequent stories tone down his brutality, aligning him more with mischievous antics than outright murder. Then there is Curtis Bass, a corrupt businessman from the main DC universe, sought to usurp the Joker's identity. Believing the original Joker to be dead, Bass donned a lifelike mask and initiated a series of gag-themed murders. However, the real Joker was alive, leading to a confrontation between the two. In an attempt to replicate the Joker's origin, Bass leaped into a vat of corrosive chemicals but miscalculated the concentration, resulting in his dissolution. His brief stint as the Joker serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of emulating such a chaotic figure. Next is Bizarro Joker. Bizarro Joker is a unique version of the Joker from a place called Bizarro World, which is a cube-shaped planet where everything is opposite or twisted. Unlike the regular Joker, who is known for being chaotic and evil, Bizarro Joker isn't insane and doesn't see any reason to fight heroes. Then there is Jarvis Poker. Jarvis Poker is a character in DC Comics known as the British Joker. Unlike the original Joker, Jarvis isn't violent or dangerous. Instead, he acts more like a playful prankster. He often interacts with British superheroes like Knight and Squire. Jarvis first appeared in the Knight and Squire comic series in 2010. In these stories, he tries to mimic the Joker's style, but without the same level of menace, making him more of a lighthearted character in the British superhero community. Next is Norman Rothrig, also known as the Man Who Laughs, or the French Joker, is a character in DC Comics. After his mother died during childbirth, his father, a disturbed artist, disfigured Norman's face to create a permanent smile, considering it a form of art. As an adult, Norman took revenge by mutilating his father and keeping him alive in a torturous state. He later became an enemy of the French superhero Night Runner and crossed paths with Batman and Robin when they traveled to Paris to stop his criminal activities. Then there is Winslow Heath. Winslow Heath is a character in DC Comics who became known as the Imposter Joker. He was exposed to a nearly lethal dose of Joker venom, a toxin used by the original Joker. Due to the other drugs already in his system, he survived but was left in a coma. When he eventually woke up, his appearance had changed to resemble the Joker, with green hair and a permanent grin. Blaming Batman for not stopping the original Joker, Winslow sought revenge by imitating the Joker's crimes in Gotham City. Then there is Choker. In an alternate DC Comics universe called Just Imagine, created by Stan Lee, there's a villain named the Choker. Unlike the traditional Joker, the Choker is a serial killer in Gotham City who strangles his victims, which is how he got his name. He was eventually stopped by that world's version of Batman. Next is Lori Lamaris. Lori Lamaris is a journalist who takes on the role of the Joker. Unlike the traditional villainous Joker, this version is a hero who fights against societal hypocrisy. She teams up with Christy Xanadu and Mary Marvel to form the Secret Six, a group based in New Atlantis. Lori first appears in Tangent Comics' Metal Men. Later, during Superman's reign, she adopts the identity of Manhunter. Next, in the movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker and his partner Harley Quinn kidnapped Tim. They tortured and brainwashed him, turning him into a smaller version of the Joker, whom they called Joker Jr. They even implanted a special microchip in Tim that had the Joker's DNA and nanotechnology. This chip allowed the Joker to take control of Tim's body and mind. Eventually, Batman and Batgirl rescued Tim, and during the rescue, Tim managed to kill the Joker. Next is Joker from Earth-16. In the Young Justice animated series, the Joker is a notorious villain and longtime enemy of Batman. He becomes a member of the Injustice League, a group of supervillains assembled by a secret organization called the Light. Unaware that he's being used as a decoy, the Joker's role involves controlling dangerous, venom-enhanced plants attacking various parts of the world. When the young heroes, known as the Team, disrupt his plans, the Joker confronts Robin. Eventually, the Justice League intervenes, and despite the Joker's attempt to use his deadly Joker venom against them, he is thwarted and returned to Arkham Asylum. Then there is Kingdom Come Joker. In the Kingdom Come storyline set on Earth-22, the Joker commits a heinous act by murdering the staff of the Daily Planet, including Lois Lane, who is Superman's wife. This tragedy deeply affects Superman and leads to significant changes in the superhero community. Following these murders, a new hero named Magog kills the Joker, an action that sparks a debate about justice and the role of superheroes in society. Next is Joker from Earth-31. In the graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns, the Joker is portrayed as a psychopathic serial killer and Batman's most dangerous enemy. After Batman retires, the Joker falls into a catatonic state, remaining unresponsive for a decade. Upon Batman's return to crime fighting, the Joker awakens and resumes his criminal activities. He orchestrates a deadly appearance on a talk show, murdering the audience with his lethal gas. In a final confrontation, Batman severely injures the Joker, but the Joker ultimately commits suicide by breaking his own neck, aiming to incriminate Batman for his death. Then there is Richard Grayson from Earth-31. Richard Grayson, the original Robin, undergoes a dramatic transformation into a villain resembling the Joker. After being dismissed by Batman, Dick becomes embittered and is subjected to experimental gene therapy by Lex Luthor and Brainiac, granting him regenerative and shape-shifting abilities. Adopting a new persona, he embarks on a vengeful mission against his former mentor and allies. His enhanced abilities make him a formidable adversary, but ultimately, Batman defeats him by exposing him to extreme conditions that surpass his regenerative capabilities. Next is Bianca Steeplechase. In the Thrill Killer storyline, the Joker is reimagined as Bianca Steeplechase, a ruthless female gangster. Unlike the traditional male Joker, Bianca is a cunning and deadly criminal who uses poisoned cosmetics as her weapons. She orchestrates a scheme to frame Bruce Wayne for the murder of Selina Kyle and kills Robin with a poisoned kiss. After these events, she adopts the alias Blanche Gregory and marries Gotham City's mayor, Gregory Wilson, further entrenching herself in the city's power structure. Then there is Joker King. In the DC animated universe, Douglas Doug Tan is the brother of Dana Tan, who is Terry McGinnis's girlfriend in Batman Beyond. Doug becomes the leader of a gang called the Jokers and takes on the name Joker King. He believes that life is meaningless and causes chaos in Gotham City. He even tries to harm his own family, but Batman stops him. In the end, Doug dies from his actions, and his family donates his organs to help others. Next is Mr. J. In the DC Bombshells universe set during the 1940s, the Joker is reimagined as Mr. J, a gangster and partner to Harley Quinn. Initially, they thrive as thieves, but over time, Mr. J becomes an alcoholic, growing grim and angry. He develops an obsession with potions and elixirs, leading them to the bayou in search of the Belle of the Bog, who is revealed to be Batgirl. After this encounter, Mr. J's behavior changes drastically, prompting Harley to leave him. Then there is Jokerzard. In the Jurassic League comic series, the Joker is reimagined as Jokerzard, a humanoid Dilophosaurus. Unlike other carnivorous dinosaurs that hunt for survival, Jokerzard kills purely for pleasure. He is responsible for the murder of Batsaur's parents, mirroring the tragic origin of Batman in traditional lore. Next is Joker. In the DC Comics universe, Earth 32 is a unique world where characters are combinations of familiar heroes and villains. On this Earth, the Joker and Sinestro are merged into a single character known as Jokero. He possesses the chaotic nature of the Joker and wields a yellow lantern ring, granting him the power to create energy constructs and instill fear, much like Sinestro. Jokero is a member of Injustice Incarnate, a group of villains from different universes. Then there is Joker from Injustice. In the Injustice universe, the Joker commits a terrible act by tricking Superman into killing his wife, Lois Lane, and their unborn child, and causing the destruction of Metropolis. This tragedy deeply affects Superman, leading him to kill the Joker in a fit of rage. Superman's actions mark the beginning of his transformation into a strict ruler, enforcing peace through control. Next is Joker from DCAU A Better World. In this universe, the Joker had previously been lobotomized by the Justice Lords, rendering him docile. He is later seen as the head of security at Arkham Asylum, showcasing the extreme measures the Justice Lords employed to maintain order. Then there is Cesar Romero. In the 1966 Batman TV series, the Joker is portrayed by actor Cesar Romero. This version of the Joker is a master criminal who loves committing crimes based on jokes and pranks. He often escapes from prison and challenges Batman and Robin with his tricky plans. Unlike some darker versions of the character, this Joker is more playful and less violent, fitting the show's lighthearted and fun style. Next is Joker from DC Superhero Girls TV series. He makes his debut in the two-part Halloween special titled Nightmare in Gotham, where he devises a plan to spread chaos in Gotham City. This version of the Joker maintains his signature clown-like appearance and love for causing trouble, but is presented in a way that's suitable for younger audiences. Then there is Alexander Luthor. In the Dark Knights of Steel comic series, Alexander Luthor is reimagined as the Green Man, a fusion of Lex Luthor, the Joker, and a Green Lantern. Originally serving as the chief advisor to King Thomas and Queen Martha Wayne, Luthor's arrogance leads to a catastrophic event when he ignores a warning about an impending volcanic eruption. After his exile, he discovers a mysterious green ring that grants him immense power but also drives him insane. Embracing his new identity as the Green Man, he becomes a formidable adversary to both the Wayne and Elle families. Next is Joker from Super Friends. In the Super Friends animated series, which aired from 1973 to 1985, the Joker teams up with other villains to challenge the Super Friends. In one episode, he collaborates with Darkseid and disguises himself as the Ace of Clubs to lead the Royal Flush Gang. This version of the Joker is less menacing and more focused on clever plans, fitting the show's family-friendly tone. Then there is Joker from Nail. In the JLA The Nail comic series, the Joker acquires advanced alien gauntlets that grant him formidable powers. He uses these to capture and brutally torture Batgirl and Robin, leading to their deaths. Overcome with grief and rage, Batman breaks his no-kill rule and kills the Joker in a fit of rage. This tragic event deeply affects Batman, causing him to question his principles and role as a hero. Next is Creed Quinn. In the Amalgam universe, a unique blend of DC and Marvel characters, Creed H. Quinn becomes the villain known as Hyena. This character is a fusion of DC's Joker and Marvel's Sabretooth. Originally serving in the Royal Canadian Air Force alongside Logan Wayne, both underwent experiments in the Weapon X project. While Logan became the hero Dark Claw, Creed transformed into the crazed Hyena, leading to a bitter rivalry between the two. Then there is Joker from The Death of Superman. In the Tales from the Dark Multiverse, The Death of Superman comic, the Joker's fate takes a dark turn. As he roams Gotham City, he encounters Lois Lane, who has gained superpowers and is struggling with her grief over Superman's death. Overcome by her emotions and newfound abilities, Lois incinerates the Joker with her heat vision, ending his reign of chaos in this alternate reality. Next is Jokester. In the alternate universe of Earth 3, roles are reversed. Heroes are villains, and villains are heroes. Here, the Jokester serves as a heroic counterpart to the Joker. the jokester dedicates himself to opposing Owlman's tyranny, using his wit and humor as tools for justice. He also forms a relationship with Evelyn Dent, known as Three-Face, and they have a daughter together. Then there is Jack the Grin. In the alternate universe of Earth 40, as depicted in JSA The Liberty File, the Joker is reimagined as Jack the Grin, a psychopathic serial killer. He serves as a personal enemy to the government operative known as the Bat, this world's version of Batman. Next is Joker from Earth 43. In Batman and Dracula trilogy, the Joker remains Batman's arch-enemy. Unlike many inhabitants of this vampire-infested world, the Joker is a non-vampire who leads a pack of vampires through fear. He takes control of the remaining vampires after Dracula's death, organizing them to expand their influence in Gotham City. His leadership brings him into direct conflict with Batman, who has become a vampire himself. In their final confrontation, Batman, struggling with his vampiric urges, succumbs to his bloodlust and kills the Joker by drinking his blood, a decision that haunts him deeply. Then there is Laughing Man. In the alternate universe of Earth 494, as seen in Detective Comics Annual Issue 7, the Joker is reimagined as the Laughing Man, a sadistic pirate with a ghostly white face and a sinister grin. He sails the seas as the sworn enemy of Captain Leatherwing, this world's version of Batman. The Laughing Man plots to kill Leatherwing and steal his treasures, forming an alliance with the cunning Capitana Felina to set a trap. Next is Porker. In the Earth C-, a world populated by anthropomorphic animals, the Joker's counterpart is known as the Porker. This pig-like villain, with his clownish appearance, serves as the arch-nemesis of Batmouse and Boyd, the Robin Wonder, parodies of Batman and Robin. Then there is Joseph Collins, in the one-shot comic Batman, I, Joker, Joseph. Joe Collins is a rebel leader in a future Gotham City dominated by a cult that worships the Bruce, a tyrannical figure claiming to be the immortal Batman. Joe leads an uprising against this oppressive regime. Captured by the cult, he is surgically altered and brainwashed to become the new Joker for a ritualistic event. However, with the help of a sympathetic doctor, Joe retains his memories, escapes, and discovers an old Batsuit. Donning the mantle of Batman, he confronts the Bruce, ultimately defeating him and taking on the role of Gotham's new protector. Next is Alexander Luthor. In the Superman Speeding Bullets universe, Lex Luthor is a wealthy businessman in Metropolis. After a terrible accident at a chemical plant, he becomes disfigured and takes on the identity of the Joker. He becomes the main enemy of Bruce Wayne, who in this world is both Superman and Batman. The Joker kidnaps Lois Lane, leading to a final battle where Bruce saves her and decides to become a symbol of hope for Metropolis. Then there is Dark Joker. In the Batman Dark Joker, the wild graphic novel, the Joker is reimagined as the Dark Joker, a powerful and evil sorcerer. He uses dark magic to cause chaos and destruction in a mystical world. The Dark Joker's actions lead to the death of the parents of a creature known as the Batman, setting the stage for a final battle between them. In their last confrontation, the Batman defeats the Dark Joker by tearing out his throat and throwing him from a great height. Next is Jack Schadenfreude. In the Devil's Workshop graphic novel, the Joker is reimagined as Jack Schadenfreude, a ghastly figure with a pale, grinning face. Jack Schadenfreude serves the vampire Elijah Montenegro by kidnapping children for his master's sustenance. In their final confrontation, Batman and Houdini manage to rescue the children and defeat Jack, who meets his end by falling to his death. Next is Joseph Wayne. In the Batman Lobo comic, the Joker is revealed to be Joseph Joey Wayne, the long-lost twin brother of Bruce Wayne. In this story, the Joker hires the intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo to eliminate Batman. After Lobo kills several of Batman's allies, the Joker calls off the hit upon discovering his familial connection to Batman. Then there is Joker the Tyrant. In the alternate universe known as the Tyrant, introduced in Batman, Shadow of the Bat. Annual Issue 2, the Joker emerges as Gotham's most notorious criminal after undergoing a mutation caused by the war. This transformation leads him to a life of crime, making him the city's public enemy #1. Next is Marion Drews. In the Batman White Knight series, Marion Drews becomes the second Harley Quinn. When the Joker is cured of his insanity and reverts to his original identity, Jack Napier, Marion is dissatisfied with his transformation. She adopts the persona of Neo-Joker, aiming to restore the Joker's former chaotic self. Marion's actions as Neo-Joker highlight her belief that Gotham needs the original Joker's madness, leading her to challenge both Jack Napier and Batman in her quest to bring back the Clown Prince of Crime. Next is Captain Greenbeard. In the Lil Gotham series, Captain Greenbeard is a pirate who looks a lot like the Joker. One day, he captures Bruce Wayne, Selina Kyle, Harley Quinn, and the Joker himself. After forcing Bruce to walk the plank, Batman emerges from the water, and together with the others, they manage to destroy Greenbeard's ship. In the end, Captain Greenbeard is arrested by Interpol and the Coast Guard. Then there is John Kane. In the graphic novel Harley Quinn, Breaking Glass, John Kane is a wealthy and arrogant student at Gotham High, belonging to the influential Kane family. Bored with his privileged life, he adopts the persona of the Joker, aiming to dismantle Gotham City one corporation at a time. He manipulates Harley Quinn into joining his schemes, but eventually betrays her, framing her for a building explosion. This betrayal leads Harley to recognize his true nature and sets her on a path to oppose him. Next is Kill the Batman Joker. In the story Kill the Batman, featured in the Joker 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular Issue 1, the Joker finally succeeds in killing Batman. However, without his longtime adversary, he feels purposeless and decides to retire from his life of crime. This narrative explores the deep connection between the Joker and Batman, highlighting how the Joker's identity is intertwined with his rivalry with the Dark Knight. Next is Joker from Last Night on Earth. In the series, the Joker appears as a severed, yet still living head inside a glass jar. Batman discovers this unusual companion in a desolate future and carries him throughout his journey. Despite his disembodied state, the Joker remains talkative and provides Batman with insights and commentary as they navigate the dystopian world together. Then there is Joker 20. In the 30th century of Earth 1, the Joker's legacy continues through his descendant, Joker 20. As the 20th individual in his lineage to adopt the Joker persona, Joker 20 upholds his ancestors' penchant for chaos and criminality. He becomes a formidable adversary to the Legion of Superheroes, challenging the young heroes with his cunning schemes. Next is Joker from Batman in Bethlehem. In the Batman in Bethlehem storyline, set in a possible future, the original Joker had retired during Dick Grayson's time as Batman. However, he re-emerged during Damian Wayne's tenure as the Dark Knight. Upon discovering an imposter claiming to be the new Joker, the original Clown Prince of Crime returned to Gotham, executing his successor to reclaim his chaotic legacy. Then we have Joker from Gotham AD. The Joker is depicted as a melancholic figure who has abandoned his life of crime following Batman's death. He spends his days on the deserted Gotham docks, crafting balloon animals shaped like weapons, such as Tommy guns and machetes. Next is Joker 2 from Future State. In DC Comics' Future State event, a new character emerges as the Joker's successor, known as the Next Joker or Joker 2. This individual possesses unique abilities, including an unusual physiology that allows him to cheat death and perform super leaps. He also exhibits skills in acrobatics and intimidation. Unlike the original Joker, this successor presents a more monstrous appearance, with red eyes and claws, adding a terrifying physical threat to his persona. Next is Last Right's Joker. In the Last Rights storyline, the Joker has retired from his life of crime and is living in Port Orange, Florida. He has 2 children who have moved out, leaving him to live a quiet life in a retirement community. However, after Bruce Wayne's death, Selina Kyle tracks him down. She informs him that Batman is gone, and with no one left to stop her, she finally takes her revenge. Despite the Joker's attempts to defend himself, Selina overpowers him and kills him by slitting his throat. Then there is Joker from Birds of Prey. In the 2002 television series Birds of Prey, the Joker is portrayed by actor Roger Stoneburner, with the iconic voice provided by Mark Hamill. In this adaptation, the Joker seeks revenge against Batman by targeting those close to him. Then we have Jester. The Jester is a heroic counterpart to the Joker from an alternate universe. He partners with his world's Lex Luthor to combat the Crime Syndicate, a group of villains paralleling the Justice League. In a mission to steal the Quantum Trigger, a device enabling interdimensional travel, the Jester sacrifices himself to ensure Luthor's escape, ultimately falling to the Crime Syndicate's enforcers. Next is Joker from Lego Batman. In the Lego Batman movie, the Joker, voiced by Zach Galifianakis, serves as the main antagonist. This portrayal offers a humorous and self-aware take on the character, emphasizing his desire for acknowledgement from Batman. The film explores the dynamic between the two, highlighting the Joker's need to be recognized as Batman's greatest adversary. The Lego version of the Joker retains his iconic appearance, adapted into the distinctive Lego style, complete with his signature purple suit and green hair. Next is Bruce Wayne from Smallville. In the Smallville Season 11 Alien comic series, Earth-13 presents a twisted version of Bruce Wayne who takes on a Joker-like persona. In this reality, Bruce murdered his own parents as a child, setting him on a path of madness and violence. He becomes a notorious serial killer and even murders Barbara Gordon. Clark Kent discovers Bruce's crimes and exposes him, leading Bruce to seek revenge. Next is Lord Joker. In the 2018 animated film Batman Ninja, the Joker, referred to as Lord Joker, is transported back in time to feudal Japan due to a time displacement device created by Gorilla Grodd. Seizing the opportunity, he establishes himself as a powerful warlord, aiming to conquer the nation. This version of the Joker retains his chaotic nature, but adopts a samurai-inspired appearance, blending traditional Japanese elements with his iconic look. Next is Martha Wayne Flashpoint Volume 2. In the alternate Flashpoint timeline, Martha Wayne becomes the Joker after the tragic death of her son Bruce. Overcome with grief, she loses her sanity and adopts the Joker persona, becoming the arch-nemesis of her husband, Thomas Wayne, who assumes the role of Batman in this reality. This narrative is explored in Flashpoint, Batman, Night of Vengeance, where the profound loss transforms Martha into a criminal mastermind, highlighting the devastating impact of Bruce's death on his parents. Next is Jeremiah Arkham. The nephew of Amadeus Arkham was once the dedicated administrator of Arkham Asylum, striving to rehabilitate Gotham's most dangerous criminals. However, prolonged exposure to the asylum's madness slowly eroded his own sanity. During the Nightfall storyline, he succumbed to this darkness, disguising himself as the Joker and unleashing chaos within Arkham, using Joker gas and freeing inmates to wreak havoc. Eventually, he fully embraced villainy, adopting the persona of Black Mask after Roman Sionis. His tragic downfall highlights Gotham's recurring theme: how even those seeking to cure madness can be consumed by it. Next is Jack Nicholson's Joker. In Tim Burton's 1989 film Batman, Jack Napier, portrayed by Jack Nicholson, is a high-ranking mob enforcer in Gotham City. Notably, this film is among the first adaptations to provide the Joker with a definitive backstory and real name, Jack Napier, a detail created specifically for Burton's narrative. The name Jack Napier has since been adopted in various other adaptations, including Batman, the animated series, and the Batwoman television series. Then there is Arthur Fleck, portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix in the 2019 film Joker, is a struggling party clown and aspiring stand-up comedian living in Gotham City during the early 1980s. He resides with his ailing mother, Penny Fleck, and grapples with profound social isolation and mental health challenges. Throughout the film, Arthur endures various forms of mistreatment and neglect, both personally and systemically. His descent into madness is marked by a series of violent acts, culminating in his transformation into the criminal persona known as the Joker. Next is Jeremiah Valeska. In the television series Gotham, Jeremiah Valeska, portrayed by Cameron Monaghan, is introduced as the twin brother of Jerome Valeska. Initially depicted as a brilliant and composed engineer, Jeremiah's life takes a dark turn after being exposed to a potent insanity-inducing gas developed by his brother. This exposure transforms him into a calculating and obsessive criminal mastermind, drawing clear parallels to the iconic Joker character. Then there is Jared Leto. Jared Leto portrayed the Joker in the DC Extended Universe, debuting in Suicide Squad and reprising the role in Zack Snyder's Justice League. His interpretation presented a modernized gangster aesthetic, featuring distinctive tattoos and a flashy wardrobe. Leto's method-acting approach included unconventional on-set behavior, such as sending unusual gifts to cast members, which garnered significant media attention. Lastly, we have the greatest Joker of all time, Heath Ledger's Joker. In Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, the Joker is portrayed as a mysterious and sadistic terrorist with a Glasgow smile. He terrorizes Gotham City and its protector, Batman, with the sole motive of proving his nihilistic philosophy about the lack of human goodness. This version of the Joker is a psychopathic anarchist, nihilist, and criminal mastermind who describes himself as an agent of chaos. He rises to power in the criminal underworld by thrusting Gotham City into turmoil and drawing Batman ever closer to crossing the fine line between heroism and vigilantism. And there you have it, every version of the Joker, from the maniacal prankster to the most terrifying villain in comic history. But which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Gotham's most infamous villain, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic superhero content. And remember, why so serious? See you in the next one.